Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. This video is going to be about the best ways I've discovered to make money as an artist throughout my career. I think number one is going to be kind of a tough truth, but is have a financial foundation. Like, this was something for many years. I was doing the social media thing. I was always trying to sell the art, and I wasn't actually even doing like full paintings. I was doing like watercolor and like really good ink drawings, and I did a few commissions and made stickers and stuff, but nothing big. Um Not what I wanted, and especially back then, because I was like, oh, these 9 to 5 jobs just aren't doing it for me. And what really set me straight, and this is the irony, is joining the Navy. Basically, I didn't actually even care what job I got in the military, but I wanted to join so I could have the foundation set, the financial foundation to support my hobby, and support my real passions. I would just do the job, get paid good, and then be able to get whatever art supplies I needed. And that's what happened, basically. But the luck along the way was, one, I got like the one artistic job in the Navy, which was mass communication specialist. And it was there at like the Defense Information School in Maryland on Fort Meade, where I learned just the basics of graphic design and color theory and media production, some video, but mostly Adobe products. And they paid me to go to school for the Navy and to learn these things I was interested about. And that was such a cool feeling, where I had chased it for so long, and then when I finally like kicked myself in the butt and wanted to do more with my whole life, I, along the way, landed into these positions where I was getting paid to learn and to be the thing that I wanted to be. So they taught me the basics of multimedia production, and then I was sent off to the fleet. And there, my job was like basically an in-house graphic designer and photographer and journalist. There's a lot more journalism than I lead into, but for me, that was just like the side part of the job. My main passion was always the graphic design and doing that sort of thing. And so even on the ship, I was able to, they would let me paint murals, and I did a 6 by 10 foot one in my shop. I did a second one like a few days before I was leaving the ship, just for funsies. And so that was 5 years of being in an artsy military job. And what that's led to also was being able to live in Japan and be inspired that way, and to see the world. And basically, people caught wind that I was also a passionate painter, right? So now I had the financial foundation, and I was able to buy the supplies, the cool Japanese supplies for the painting. And it was there that I actually got like really started to pick up in talent, and people wanted to buy my artwork. Whereas before it was, I was like, felt like being a beggar or something, like, oh, please check this out. Let's, trying to get attention. And my heart was like in the wrong place about it. Like, I knew it's what I wanted to do, or what I like to do, but the practical lesson was I needed a financial foundation first. And that's a hard thing, it's a very hard thing, I think, as a young artist to hear, to do the job and be the artist. And this video is also about like breaking that idea that you have to be a starving artist, or that you won't somehow have energy to follow your passion and go to work. Like, you will. And if you're really, really passionate, that work will create better artwork in you. There's something weird that stress does, and wanting to paint but you don't have time, or you feel tired but you do it anyway. I always found that produced really good work. But might not be for everyone. That's just how I viewed it these couple years. So it was there in Japan that a lot of my friends picked up that I was a painter, and I started making sales, and I started selling paintings I started at $300, which I thought was like, oh yeah, $300 for a painting, like a commission. And that's pretty good too. Like that's still a decent price. Like, not everyone breaks out into like the $10,000 range right away. Especially if you're like in a situation, you're overseas, you're just starting out. So I sold them 300, 350, and then I got higher. I did like 400, 450, and then I did 500. Or if I was like good friends with someone, I'd lower the price a little bit. And through just selling paintings to some of the sailors and people I was friends with, I can now say like I have artwork around the world, because those people, one of them is like went off to Italy. One of my good friends is in London, so one of my paintings is over there in the UK. And then of course there's the ones that are still in Japan and the ones in the States, and they'll tell their friends and they'll tell their family, and then my family will tell their whoever else. And so before you know it, you're kind of like the go-to artist within your social circle. And if you're selling for like 300, 400, even up to like 700, I did a commission for a family member. And a lot of people hear that, and sometimes they don't have like supportive families, or it's like, oh, so and so does their little art project or whatever. But friends too, like, that really set off my like passion. And back to the Navy thing too, I have to emphasize, like, situations always arose where I could volunteer to be like, oh, we need something artistic done. We have to paint a flag or design a shirt. Even in boot camp, I was in a 900 division, which is like one of the performance ones where I got to play the drums, which is another side passion of mine. But I don't have a drum set right now, so it's on the back burner. But if you're willing to put yourself in a position and say, like, sometimes risking it all, the all or nothing, is also like getting a job and like following your passion that way, fueling your passion that way. And I've always heard, I think it's a Little B lyric, where you have to live before you could create. You have to live to be, before you could create art. I'm paraphrasing, but that's a thing. You've got to be out in the world for the world to want to, for you to produce something like worthy of the world. But yeah, this video was supposed to be about multiple different tips, but I'm kind of breaking it down into like financial foundation. Don't underestimate like your friends and family as your network, because even my social media presence, it's all right, but I've made a few sales like online, but most of my big commissions and stuff are from word of mouth. And yeah, don't underestimate that. And the next one would probably be more practical and businessy, is Printful, making prints, like drop shipping prints and t-shirts and things like that. And that ties in with my own graphic design experience. But So it's something I like to put together, and um, I've made a decent penny off it. I'd like to make more, so check out the shop if you want. All the links are down below. But that's how I do prints, and as soon as I sell more, like I've sold quite a few, even sold some prints on Redbubble, but as soon as I get to a point where I think I should manufacture them myself, then I'll switch gears and get myself a nice inkjet printer and do it that way. But for now, everything's through Printful, and it is a good way to kind of like test the waters and learn about SEO and basic marketing and advertising and trying different designs, or at the very least just having a print shop. And I know Printful will, like, you could set up a print and buy one for yourself at a discounted price as like the test, and then you could have a few like in person and make some videos with it. But I use Printful. I'm hoping to get my own printer. It's not that I can't, I just am waiting for like sales to pick up to a certain point where I'm like, I'm doing this for myself, so to cut out the middleman. Yeah, so Printful, drop shipping, stuff like that. Don't underestimate that either. That has a lot of potential. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video with those three, and I'll probably do a more detailed analysis into say like the Printful and the drop shipping, and then I'll do some more videos about like my life story and some of the strange roads to artistic freedom that I found by not looking and considering alternative paths, right? And not being stuck like I have to be this artist with no job, and someone sees how great I am, just like a stroke of luck, like winning the lottery. It's time to like break that idea. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps a lot, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time.